This is Will County's News Talk Sports 1340 WJOL. We bring you Money Talk, the Money Talk radio show made possible by our friends at NuMark Credit Union. Thinking about buying a home, NuMark Credit Union is here to help you get your fantastic future faster. With great mortgage rates and expert guidance, they're ready to make the process simple and stress-free. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or upgrading your space, NuMark has the tools and support to get you your home. Don't wait. Apply today. Visit newmarkcu.org or stop by your local branch to learn more. That's newmarkcu.org. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to give you a chance to win a $25 Visa gift card. Compliments of NuMark Credit Union. How do you win? Well, you listen to our conversation that we're going to have and then answer a question that I ask from the conversation that we're going to have. And if you're the first correct caller on the Turk Furniture studio line at 815-254-7300, then you are going to get that $25 Visa gift card. Oh, it's summertime. The weather has been, in my opinion, absolutely fantastic. I like it hot. I like it humid. I would prefer a shower every now and then to keep my lawn green, but hey, first world problems for sure. Lisa Jackson is a branch manager with NuMark Credit Union, and she joins us this morning on WJL Radio. Hey there, Lisa.
Hey, Scott. Good morning.
Thanks for coming on. Are you a fan of hot weather, or do you like it a little bit cooler than what we've had?
You know what? I like the warm weather.
Okay.
I will say that much.
Good. You just went up in my book even higher, so well done. Let's put Ashley Tuburan to the test. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
I'm great, Scott. How are you?
I'm fine and dandy. Ashley is a compliance officer and a fan of the heat, or would you rather go to Michigan where it's a little cooler?
You know what, Scott? You're going to hate me, but I'm a pumpkin spice latte girly, and I need fall to be here right now.
No!
Can't do the heat. I lived here my whole life because my time in the military, and I'm fighting for my life over here. It's too hot.
All right. Well, I was going to get on you and make fun of you and actually bounce you from the interview until you said you're a former military member. So, nope, you're all good in my world. I'll let you be who you are then. Okay, Ash?
No, I'll take it all. You can come.
All right. Well, good to have you too. Well, either way, if you like the weather or not, hopefully you guys are having a good summer. So let's talk summer. Let's talk summer. Summer is upon us. Lisa, let's go ahead and start with you. I guess just kind of an overview of how you prepare for the summer months that we are right in the middle of.
Well, I'm a mom to two, so lots of popsicles, sunscreen, energy drinks, and trying to come up with a plan. Nothing goes according to plan.
No, that's true. That is true. Do you feel pressure to do fun stuff because it is the summer?
Yes, because I believe that I want to have, partially give my kids somewhat of what we had growing up, and that wasn't, playing on tablets,
right?
Playing on phones and video games and computer games. I mean, we were outside, we were drinking from hoses, we were playing in the sprinkler. So yeah, I definitely work hard to get my kids outside.
Yep. Absolutely. I don't know if you've seen on social media, I played it on my show yesterday. Speaking of drinking out of the hoses, there's a trend for 90s kids now. Parents are basically saying, you leave in the morning and we'll see, you want to come home. There's three things you can come home for. I think it's lunch, if it's bad weather, or there's one other thing as well. So sounds like you're kind of wanting to make the kids, the 90s kid thing as a thing as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Why not? All right, Ashley, what about you? How are you game planning for the summer?
Well, I have to laugh because you brought up the drinking from the hose. One of my best friends and I, we have a son and daughter. Well, I have a son, she has a daughter, and they're about the same age. And we have a prearranged marriage for them, first of all. But we have a picture of them from very young, and they're both drinking from the hose, and it is by far our favorite picture of them ever. and her brother Charles is in the background. It's the cutest thing ever. I'll have to send it to you.
Yes, that's awesome. That is so cool. Very, very cool. All right, so let's talk about some activities now. For those who want to stay more local, not have to go into the city, what are some local alternatives, Lisa?
Well, I will say you've got the water park. So there's the Raging Waves, which is good, obviously. And I actually live in Villa Park.
Okay.
So I have a little bit of a drive out here. However, if people are looking to, maybe get out of town, there's some great spots. Rosemont, you're not going into the city,
right,
but they've got Zany's Comedy Club. If you are into shopping, you have Woodfield Mall. So any of the local places, I mean, it might not be here in Will County,
sure,
but, there's plenty to do, especially if you have kids.
It's interesting. Woodfield Mall, I was up in Hoffman Estates a few weeks ago doing some work, and I drove through Woodfield Mall. I hadn't been there in a while. You could literally spend a couple of days, not just at the mall, but all the restaurants and all the shops around it. It is a massive, massive tourist attraction.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And there's just, there's so many things like to do with your kids. I think they have like a Lego store there. So many restaurants. So it's definitely a good place.
Yep. No doubt about that. Well, Ashley, what about you? What are some of the hot spots you like to go in the suburbs, in the city, outside of the city?
I am not a fan of going into the city just because I think it's just a hassle getting down there, parking, public transportation, all of that. So we like to visit the different downtown areas around here. Downtown Plainfield's awesome. Yep. Downtown Frankfort is one of our favorites. And we absolutely love like the farmers markets down there. Waking up on a Sunday morning, grabbing some local coffee and walking around there is probably like one of our go-to like weekend activities.
Nice. Yeah, you nailed two of them. Plainfield is fantastic. There's no doubt. And I think it's one of the big hidden secrets, at least for people that live over here. And it's not a secret, but maybe people don't go there as often. But downtown Frankfort is special, and they've got some incredible restaurants. So I'm glad you gave them a shout out today. Outdoors exploring. You, Ashley, we'll start with you on this one here. What are some of the things you like to do with your kids or your family outdoors?
Well, again, Scott, you're barking up the wrong tree because I'm not really an outdoor person. But my husband and son, they love to go on short little last-minute camping trips. They're leaving today, and I love that for them. And I get to enjoy my AC tonight by myself.
By yourself, too? How long are they going to be gone for?
They're only going for a night. They're going up to Michigan. They love it, and I'm very happy they found their little hobby together, and I don't have to go. However, if I do get dragged along, I will get a hotel room, and there are some fantastic wine trails around here in southern Michigan, so that's about as doorsy as I will get. So I'm probably not the best person to ask for those ideas.
Hey, you're honest, and as a compliance officer, honesty is a huge part. At least you're honest. We like that. What about you, Lisa? Outdoors, what are we doing outside?
Fishing.
Wow.
Yeah. I grew up fishing at the Fox River, camping as well. I will say there was a place called Hideaway Lakes, is now called Fox Bluff in Yorkville for camping. Always a good time. There's plenty of opportunity for fishing out in Chabanaw. But I think, I really enjoy fishing. And that's what I grew up doing outside.
Was that something that you did with your dad, your grandpa, your mom?
You know what? I actually did that with my godfather, my uncle. He has since passed, Uncle John, but it's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's just one of those memories that I cherish.
I like that. You ever been deep sea fishing?
I did, actually. And it's funny because I actually went deep sea fishing on a trip in Florida with my Uncle John.
No kidding.
Yeah.
We did it once. I did it once with my grandpa, and it was the only time. And I don't know if once you're really seasick, then you kind of are never seasick again if you create immunity or whatever. But I went with my grandpa, my buddy, my dad, and even my grandpa, who was a hardcore fisherman. He was in the Coast Guard during not my dad, my grandpa, during World War II. We all got seasick. That's how bad it was. But I've never been seasick since. So, yeah, it wasn't a great deep-sea fishing experience, but I will tell you, and you won't like this story, Ashley, because you don't like the heat, but I was in Florida laying on the beach sweating my butt off last week, and this guy brings up this big tarpon, huge fish, on his boogie board, and I'm like, or not a boogie, yeah, it was on his boogie board, or paddle board, and he brings it up, and he's like, hey, man, we need some help. So we all got together and grabbed this fish and brought it up on the shore. It was dead. I don't know why he just didn't leave it in the water, but this thing was about 45 pounds, man. It was a beast.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. It was massive. That would have been a nice haul for you, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're one fisherman, one AC. We got it. Lisa and Ashley, gotcha.
I will say, Scott, I do enjoy the beach. I will, if you take me out to California or Florida, I'll have a fun time out there.
Okay.
This humidity, and I can't do it. I just can't.
I just can't do it. I just can't do it. All right, now things cool down later in the day when evenings are nice. And the last thing many want to do is stay home and cook or spending your evening indoors. Any recommendations you guys can give about places to eat? Ashley, where do you like to go?
So I don't know if this is a pretty new thing, but I've noticed a lot of different towns have food truck festivals, and that's been one of my really favorite things to do on Thursday, Friday nights is to look up where the food trucks are gathering because they have some pretty good food. And you can get like a little bit from each different truck. And I couldn't tell you where. I know New Lenox. They have one. I think it's Friday nights. I think Frankfurt does certain nights. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they have really good desserts and everything. So.
Yeah, and what I like about them is you normally wouldn't order that off a menu, but because it's at a food truck, it's in front of you, you might sample it. And you're right. A lot of them have just taste. You don't have to get a big, giant meal. So very, very good. You mentioned Plainfield earlier. They have their fireworks on the 3rd, and they're also having Food Truck Festival. New Lenox has them during their concerts and other times throughout the year. And I think you guys could drive by Jewel parking lots a lot of times, too. I know the one in Manuka, some taco dude will set up his truck out there on the weekends, and usually the food's fantastic. And we got a guy in Shanahan, ladies, that stops and sells these whole chickens. Oh, my gosh. They are to die for. Like $25, but it's well worth it. Oh, so good. So good. All right, what about you, Lisa? Where do you like to go out to eat?
Well, it really depends on what you're in the mood for. I'm really big on Italian food. So I recommend there's a Italian restaurant, Roberto's in Elmhurst. Really, really good pasta. If you want to travel into the city, there's a great place, Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder. And really, yeah, it's going to depend on what you're in the mood for. There's a new place called Ancho and Agave at Yorktown Mall. So if you're feeling like you want a margarita, it's a good, cute little place to go. Yeah, it all depends on what you're in the mood for. I like to stay for pizza, little mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. Now, are you a deep dish or tavern style or in between?
Oh, I am a tavern style through and through.
Yeah.
My husband is from the South, and when we first met, he was all about like, yeah, let's get the Chicago style stuffed pizza. I'm like, oh no, honey, like no, that's not what I grew up eating.
Yeah, I like me some tavern as well. But if you do, I will give you a little tip there, or our listeners, for deep dish. that won't just sit in your gut for a week. And this is I don't know if this is a touristy spot or not, but up on Fullerton in Chicago, I saw this Yelp review. It is considered the number one pizza in America, deep dish pizza in America. It's called Pequod's. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. It's Pequads, I believe. It's on Fullerton. You have to have a reservation. Take your husband there. Maybe Father's Day's over, right? Yeah, Father's Day's over. So, Lisa, maybe next year for Father's Day, let him go order a deep dish from Pequod's. He will forever love you even more than I'm sure he already does. Okay? You promise me to do that? Okay.
Sounds good.
Pequod's. It is worth the drive, no doubt about it. All right, guys. Summer is upon us. Anything you're looking forward to most this summer? Lisa, I'll start with you.
Honestly, just spending as much time as I can with my kids.
Yep.
Just building those memories, making sure that they have something to do, most importantly, just keeping them busy.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And at the end of the day, that is the most important thing is family. Ashley, other than, you being happy tonight because you'll have the house to yourself because of a camping trip, what are you looking forward to most?
So my son's birthday is at the end of the month, so we have a surprise birthday trip planned for him. He is really big into lacrosse, and we are taking him to Boston for their homecoming for the Professional Lacrosse League.
Really?
He actually thinks he's going to Nebraska with me for a credit union conference.
Come on!
And he is so mad about it. Every time I talk, I'm like, oh man, we gotta look up places to do in Nebraska, and he gets so mad. But we're gonna be taking him to Boston. He's gonna get to be an honorary captain with the Boston Cannons for one of the games.
Oh my gosh!
I am so excited for the trip. We had to keep it a secret. It's been a lot of planning, but the PLL Professional Lacrosse League, they've been absolutely awesome. I don't know if anyone. I guess it's a smaller sport, but our son plays, and they hooked him up with all of everything they could do. They're throwing his way.
So when are you going to tell him? When he takes off in a plane, you don't know if you're going east or west. You truly don't. So you're going to wait until he lands in Boston? Or you're going to tell him beforehand?
Oh no, we're gonna he's never been to Nebraska, so I really hope that he doesn't pay attention to any of the plane signs. And when we land, I'm just going to keep going that we landed in Omaha. And that next morning, he gets to go back with the players in their locker room. And so hopefully, I think he'll probably notice then that he's not in Nebraska.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to hold off. My husband and I have it. That's what we've decided. As long as he doesn't notice, which he's pretty oblivious, so I don't think he will.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to be rough, make sure he has his headphones on in the airport, because when they say, gate D9 leaving for Boston in 20 minutes, that'll be kind of a tip-off. So you got to keep him distracted when you're at the airport.
Oh, no, we travel a lot, so he's always has his headphones on.
Good.
He kind of just goes where we tell him to go, so
good.
He's not even going to bat an eye. He's just going to go sit in his seat, and so he might faint. We really don't know. I kind of considered maybe giving a little tip-off to him so he doesn't faint, but I'm so excited. That's good. The biggest mom moment ever, probably.
Oh, absolutely it is. Ladies, thank you so much. It's always great to hear. We all do kind of our own thing, and it's always kind of cool to hear what other people are doing out there. And you've given us some great ideas and some good motivation because both of you focus on your kids and your family. At the end of the day, that is what it is all about. Lisa Jackson, NuMark Credit Union Branch Manager, and Ashley Tuburan, the NuMark Credit Union Compliance Officer. Ladies, thank you so much. Be safe most of all, but have fun with your fam this summer.
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you. You too.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Ashley. We appreciate it. Well, there you go. There are some fun summer tips from our friends at NuMark Credit Union. Hey, thinking about buying a home, NuMark is here to help you to get your fantastic future going even faster with great mortgage rates and expert guidance. They're ready to make the process simple and stress-free. Whether you're a first-time buyer or upgrading your space, NuMark has the tools and support to get you home. Don't wait. Apply today. Visit newmarkcu.org or stop by your local branch to learn more.